What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time we grinding. Shout out to the whole LDBC. And y'all know what it is. One time for the one time we working. Gonna talk some boxing for a minute, man. Shout out to everybody else that's out there. That's pledge allegiance to the TBC grind, that LDBC grind for sure. And we here, man. We here. We back. Had pretty much of an active day, so that's always a positive experience. What's going on, Lawrence Williams? I see you in the building. We had an active day. Let me see how many videos I've done today, man. It's been a wild day. Wild day. Let me see how many videos we did today. What's going on, Emmanuel? I see you. I see y'all 8 people in the building. What's going on? Not including this one. We got 5 videos for the day, so this will make 6, and then I might plug one more in for the day. Man, I haven't been able to read the comments, man. Been real busy today. But shout out to Lawrence RBE. Shout out to Sheldon Holmes, Lawrence Williams, Emmanuel. What it do, man? What it do? I didn't catch Trill Boxing Talk today. I caught a little bit. Like I said, I was movers and the shakers. Man, but we back. I'm gonna clear my wallet out, man. I hate having my wallet in my pocket. I'm just on chill mode at the crib. Almighty 703. What it do? Alex Santos. What it do? Yeah, I'm gonna watch Contender, man. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I didn't know how I felt about it. I started seeing little stories about the Contender and stuff of that nature, man. And it pulled me in. And what kind of inspired this video is things I've been hearing the last month and a half, and what Eddie Hearn said today. And it's about Premier Boxing Champions. I seen Fred video about how people saying HBO might be going under. And I seen a little bit of it. And I knew, because I was talking about the AT&T acquiring HBO from Time Warner. I was the first person to talk about it on YouTube, I think, that's in the community that I rock with. And I was talking about that a year ago. How the deal, Donald Trump tried to block the deal. Then AT&T tried to buy some more stuff, and then he tried to block that deal. I forgot what deal they was trying to do, but I think they eventually did block the second deal that AT&T tried to acquire another big entity. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Fred is saying, yeah, you think HBO's going over? Woo. At the end of the day, I didn't finish hearing this whole video, all right? But this is just prequel talk before we get more people to roll in, and I get to talk about the topic of discussion. But what Fred is not really, I don't know what I didn't catch what Fred said the whole, but what I didn't catch or what he didn't say is how incompetent the head of HBO Sports, Peter Nelson, is. He's a fucking retard. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, HBO had the biggest budget out there. The biggest budget, okay? They had the hugest budget out there. But when they head of the president of sports is a dummy, what can you say? Eddie Hearn and Lou DiBella up there praising Peter Nelson at the Danny Jacobs-Derevchenko press conference, all right? Which I'll do a review video today. I might drop that tonight. He up there praising them. Oh, Peter Nelson. Peter Nelson, the same guy that told Eddie Hearn to his face that he ain't going to force Golovkin. He ain't going to force Canelo to fight Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ruben. Yeah, that's why Donald Trump tried to stop him from buying another company. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to Fred is, HBO, look at the product they giving you this year. You know what I'm saying? They gave you a subpar product. They the worst. They the worst. He can't argue that. They the worst. HBO in the whole is terrible now. After Game of Thrones, what do you have? No more Wire, no more Sopranos. What do you really spot? No more Def Jam comedy. It's nothing of interest, at least in my interest, in my demographic, that I care about HBO. The new movie of the week, I could watch that on my Fire Stick. I could watch that on Tyrium. I could watch it on, on Showbox or something like that. So what does HBO have to offer? And Time Warner knew that. You know what I'm saying? They knew that. But the best move Peter Nelson can make right now is to work with Premier Boxing Champions. That's the best move he can make right now. They got the dates. They got the budget. You know what I'm saying? Will Steven Espinoza be mad? Yeah. But they can easily fire Peter Nelson or give him another position in the company and bring Steven Espinosa back as the president of HBO. Easily. They easily can do that. The whole thing is Showtime doesn't have the dates. They don't have the dates just by themselves. HBO doesn't really have the dates by themselves. They could. What Showtime had about 13 dates this year? Probably signed up. And I was kind of listening and reading to Fred's Barbershop Conversation video on this. You know what I'm saying? And people in the comment section saying, what did this guy say? I can't remember exactly what this guy said. It was just on the top of my head. It was an interesting comment. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember what the comment was. It just slipped off the top of my head. I have to go through the video, see if I can find a comment again. But the reason I didn't listen to the finish list of the video, I had a bad connection where I was at, all right? But like I said, it's been a long day. I fuck around and crack my phone. How do you crack your phone screen with an outer box? Outer box, even though I didn't pay for my outer box, it came in free. It came in free with my phone. But I'd never get outer box again, bro. Unless it's free. Seriously, unless it's free. I'm about to go. I'm trying to look at these comments. Give me one. It ain't that many comments, so I should be able to find it. Yeah, buddy. Give me 1 second. I think it was this comment right here this young man said, man. He said, I agree, Fred. And now I think Showtime is in turmoil for one, the amount of fights in the second half of the fights diminished. Now, that's the comment I want to talk about. The second half of fights. Look here, man. Ain't no fights been announced on show HBO neither. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fights been announced on HBO. How many fall HBO's fights they got? It ain't even the fall yet. It ain't even the summer isn't officially over. You know what I'm saying? So, for him, I'm just saying his comment saying, look at Showtime and the end of the fight Showtime got. Of course. They're not even gonna announce nothing. I see Eddie Hearn is unloading the clip, announcing fights in October and stuff of that nature. We'll see. But he does raise a valid point. Showtime cannot carry the load of boxing. Premier Boxing Champions have a huge problem. A huge problem. And one of the problems, shout out to TJ Wilkinson Super Chat, I definitely appreciate it. One of the problems they dealing with is supply and demand. They got too much supply, it's supply, it's the problem. They got a whole bunch of fighters, but they don't have the outlet for them to fight. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Fox wants to exclusively own the rights to PBC, cutting out Showtime. But Fox don't have enough days. Don't nobody gonna watch a big fight on FS1. Everybody figured that's like a bullshit ass fight network. You know what I'm saying? Fox and Showtime together can help carry the load. You know what I'm saying? They can help carry the load. As far as I don't know what happened with having fights on Spike. I really didn't like the fights being on Spike as far as the platform. But if Fox was able to allow Premier Boxing Champions to still work with Showtime, that would be a better outlet for them, but they still would need to have fights on CBS. Maybe 5 fight dates on CBS or 5 fight dates on NBC. You feel what I'm saying? Or 5 fight dates on ABC, even though that's part of ESPN. That's part of ESPN, ABC, and Bud might fight Benavidez on ABC, which would be the best thing for Bud in that situation. Okay? That'd be the best for him, but like I said, they don't have enough fight days. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest situation. And you got Eddie Hearn. Let's get into the gist of the video. And Eddie Hearn might be a lot of things, but I think this is the truth. He say, now you got networks trying to match them, and it sounds like the networks, which I'm saying is probably the ones he talking about, is Premier Boxing Champions and Showtime trying to sew up their bigger stars with big deals. Okay. Yeah, what up, the boxing creator? I see you 215 in the house. They trying to sign these fighters, but I think Showtime is going to. I think PBC may be starting to shade a fact. Yeah, they need to do more cross platforms, but who want to play ball? HBO do not like Al Hammond. They only work with them when it's imperative to work with them. When I say imperative, excuse me, drink of water. When I say imperative, I mean like a mandatory or there's no other way. You feel me? and ESPN and be honest, PBC need ESPN just as much as ESPN need PBC, and that's a fact. Showtime need Al Heyman more than anything, or work back with Bob. More likely, Al Heyman. Right now, Al Heyman and Premier Boxing Champions will be a match made in heaven. I mean, HBO will be a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? And especially if they can keep the relationship working with Showtime, which will be hard to do because that's kind of conflicts of interest. They both the rival networks, so that's interesting. That'll be interesting to see. But obviously, the biggest problem PBC is facing is fighters and fight days. They need more fight days. Showtime don't even have 20 fight days. So what is happening is this: you have to start stacking your cards. I'll answer that question in a minute, Carl. Let me know if you want to come on. But the issue with Showtime and PBC now is this. Shout out to JD Films. The issue is they stacking all these cards, right? They stacking all these cards, super stuff in the ice cream sandwich and cards. You getting dumb cards, you know, but that's money. It costs money to pay that. They paying undercards and opening television bout fight cards. They paying them main event money that people getting the main events on other networks. So the money is probably starting to become an issue, you know, because they need an outlet. They need an outlet. The outlet is going to have to be a Showtime app or a boxing app, or it's going to have to be more fights on CBS, which they won't carry that much load. They won't do that. It's going to have to be Fox, but Fox want the exclusive rights to PBC. Fox want PBC in a whole. They don't want to share it with Showtime, or they can get HBO to recommit and mend the relationship with Al Heyman and HBO and bring Steven Espinoza on as president, and they can run the show over HBO. That's the more likely the scenario is going to have to be. Is HBO? They need somebody to work with. They need a main stable of fighters. You know what I'm saying? So Al Heyman might have to go over there and hemorrhage and mill and him that relationship back up together. Because if he don't, I mean, where's these fighters gonna fight at? They having the money. Eddie Hearn is going to pick these fighters off eventually. Now, it's not enough. You got Tank arguing about I want to fight this and that. You know, I want to fight more than twice a year, and it's starting to come out. The Charlos, you don't know. They don't know when they gonna come back. I'm pretty sure he will. D-Will. Al Heyman will figure it out. What's going on, CB?
What's good, family? How you feeling?
Good. Sound like you chowing down, my brother. What's going on?
Oh, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Just eating on a little food, you know what I'm saying? Relaxing, got off work, so you know.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel you.
I saw that Eddie Hearn.
We broke though, Kenny. We working though. We broke though, Kenny.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's why we're gonna keep our viewership and our money to ourselves, because you know we broke. So we broke, you know, we can't help somebody that's already rich, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What we look like. We're trying to get where he at.
Yeah, what you saying?
I'm just saying, like, I saw that Eddie Hearn interview with Blue Blood earlier, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the homie Blue Blood Sports TV.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn sat there in the pocket and answered the questions though for what I was watching.
Yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? And salute to him. Hey, when the man right, he made valid points. You can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how I feel about the man personally. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he's a piece of trash or whatever, but still. But he was downright honest today. You know what I'm saying? I knew the network he was talking about was Showtime. I'm like, yeah, you got a plethora of good fighters, and Showtime going, like you said, they're gonna have to either lock in their big name fighters. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to do something, but. You got but how you gonna be? I don't think you're gonna be able to lock all of them in. You're not gonna be able to lock in Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, the Charlo twins. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money right there.
Yeah, just to commit, they got to commit minimums. Like this is the minimum you'll make per fight, and that my minimum for Wilder is maybe $2 million, and minimum for the Charlos maybe $1 million. Earl, another $2 million minimum. So at the end of the day, PBC got to bust a move, and I already know Al ahead of it. That Fox leaked out. Dan Rayfield wasn't supposed to leak that out.
No, but in a way, it's good that he did though. So, but if Showtime thought they had plenty more time, like, no, y'all gotta go on the ball now. You gonna commit these big dollars, and you know what I'm saying?
They can't. They don't have the demand to commit them though, man. That's the problem. They don't have the TV slots.
Well,
they don't have it. They want to get innovative, man. They need another outlet, and CBS ain't willing to put fights on, man. Oh, I see.
Which is crazy about CBS because I mean,
hold on real quick. 901 Memphis Boxing. I see these networks are going to have to start working together if they want to minimize if they want to maximize their profit. Exactly. That's another issue. If they work together, they have fight dates.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know if they can do a cross promotional contract and say we do 8 fights here, 8 fights there, but that's crazy, man. Yeah, they going to find. I think HBO they can supply more load than Showtime. Absolutely. HBO want to put boxing on.
HBO has plenty of dates, you know, and HBO know like if HBO get a Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying, the Errol Spence, the Charlo twins, do you know what HBO viewership on their boxing is going to skyrocket?
It's going to go back, especially if they get the fights they want.
Yeah.
And basically, especially if they can mend that relationship with Bob Arum. Have Bob Arum come back and put some fights in over there. But they're going to have to get rid of Peter Nielsen, though.
Yeah.
Peter Nielsen they got to bring Steven Espinoza back.
They got to because Peter Nielsen then pissed a whole bunch of people off. A lot.
Yep. They were trying to kiss his ass today. I said, man, bullshit. You ain't going to fool me with that. He said he will not. He said he will not. That motherfucker said he will not make Triple G or Canelo fight him. He fight Danny Jacobs. D. Will say HBO has the dates, but no budget. I think they got the budget. HBO got the budget. I'm not saying that they're not willing to spend the budget on what they got now, but they got the budget.
Hell,
AT&T going around monopolizing shit. If they got the budget, they don't have shit going on, especially if the Game of Thrones go off.
Hey, TBC, I got to call back on with you. It's my wife. I got to hop back on in a second.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah. They got the budget. Trust me. Them niggas got the budget. But yeah, the reason why is Showtime don't have enough days. They don't have enough days. They don't even have 20 days. You know, I only had 25 days for this year. I think it's somewhere, it might estimate to be somewhere about 13, 14, 15 fight days in total. So they don't have the fight days to supply the load. And that's become an obvious issue with Showtime and PBC. So I'm pretty sure Al Heyman behind the scenes, but I think the more likely scenario or the best scenario would be to, show to the HBO. Showtime it shows you when you put a premier product, you put the best product in boxing on. Yeah, I know that. I was the first one talking about it. But with that, he's saying, as Fred said, HBO was sold and the budget was cut earlier today. The budget, was cut earlier today. Okay, they cut it again. Yeah, it's probably about to pull out then. But they can AT&T can commit the dollars if they wanted to. HBO can commit the dollars if they wanted to. They could. AT&T, that deal was already in place since last year. Time Warner sold AT&T to HBO. I mean, Time Warner sold HBO to AT&T. That's why you see AT&T having HBO for life. If you sign up right now, you got HBO for life. Oh, Tyrod Taylor looked like he broke his hand. Makes me no difference. The shitty ass Browns. I was just in Cleveland last week. But yeah, they cut it again. But yeah, they don't have nobody right now. When they got rid of Al Heyman and then Bob Arum, HBO didn't have nothing. They ain't had nothing after that. Main events, Golden Boy, they ain't got shit. Main events and Golden Boy confuses one, and it won't make a fucking difference. You know, it won't make a difference. But I said before, I said they was getting out of the game. HBO was getting out. You could see that shit was coming. You can see when they got rid of Bob Arum and Top Rank, I said, yeah, it's a wrap. And then you hear where Peter Nielsen was talking. HBO don't have nothing no more, man. They don't have nothing. They don't have no good ass shows no more. You know what? Game of Thrones is it. That's fine. They don't have no Boardwalk Empire, no Sopranos, no good talk shows. They don't have nothing nobody watch. Oh yeah, I forget. I know that won't happen on free TV. They don't have enough money. You know, they got enough money, but they not gonna put money into boxing. We know that. Yeah, I heard about Tyrod. I don't give a fuck about the Browns. They ain't gonna be shit with Baker. They ain't gonna be shit with Tyrod. You know, they ain't gonna be shit with Hugh Jackson at quarterback. But yeah, man. But Premier Boxing Champions got to do something though. Yeah, they could. Mello, HBO could carry back to the old days and bring boxing back, but they don't want to. I don't know what their vision for HBO is. I don't know what the vision is. What is the division? Because nobody cares about the movie of the week no more with all these Fire Sticks and movie apps. You know, what is the vision of HBO? I don't know. That's something that they would have to answer, or they know. But like I said, man, Showtime was stepbrother in boxing to HBO. It was little brother. Yeah, I seen it. I just watched the interview before I hopped on Josh Taylor. Yeah, man. I'll talk about it. Yeah. Yep, Game of Thrones and Hard Knock. So that's it. But it'll be interesting to see what Al Hammond's next move is, man. I'll be in because Showtime, you see when you give Showtime a great product, it's just known as a secondary premier TV premium TV network. It ain't HBO. You put this product on HBO, I'm not saying that it would have got back to the 5 to 10 million views Boxing After Dark used to do. But I'm telling you, these type of fights will at least hit $3 or $4 million every now and again. What up, Utah and House Mark Wonderlick? These fights of Premier Boxing Champions putting on Showtime will at least hit 2, 3, 4, even almost $5 million viewerships on HBO. Easy. Because HBO got a reputation for having premier boxing fights. They got premier, excuse me, dealing with two-fake. But they got premier production. 24/7 is the best reality TV thing going. It's the production. Just talking about the production is great. The narrator voice is great. The camera crew is great. The setup is great. All access don't compare to that. You know what I'm saying? It don't. And when they walk to the I see. When you walk to the when they walk into the ring, you hear the songs in clarity. You see the pageantry in clarity. Showtime, not all the time. Showtime production is second rate. They second rate the HBO in anything. That's why it's cheaper than HBO. And it shows you when you put a great product, well, by this standards, by a great product in PBC on Showtime, it ain't as great as it can be, as it would be on HBO. And Top Rank is showing when you take a shitty product and put it on ESPN, it's still a shitty product. It's still going to pull shitty numbers on ESPN. Because bottom line is, it's a shitty product. You know? So, it is what it is. You're getting what you're getting out of boxing. You know, and it's drying up. And Eddie Hearn must have knew something that other people didn't know. He knew something he didn't know. That's why the timing of the zone was so great. He knows that boxing is going to app. No, Showtime has some great fights, but they can't keep it up at this rate. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep up at this rate. CJ sounding like Sugar Shane. Why you ducking pretty boy Fred? Just kidding, man. He ducking Fred. I smash Fred in the debate, man. That's no contest. Fred does interviews. I talk boxing. It's like, no. I'm pretty sure somebody showed it to him. It'll be taken out of context. But I smash him for in all honesty. You know, I smash anybody in a boxing debate. I don't care who you is. I'm supposed to feel that way. But to be honest, man, like I said, it's just see what Al Haymon do, man. You got to see what Al Haymon do. You know, I don't know what his next move is. I'm not gonna pretend about what his next move is. All I know is Dan Rayfield leaked some information out with Fox. He had no business leaking out. And I don't know. I don't know where the state of boxing gonna be at. The state of boxing legitimately might be on the app with his own. I think the Charlos might sign with Eddie Hearn now. It's funny. Eddie Hearn strikes back. But does Eddie Hearn have the money? Does Eddie Hearn have the money? That's the true thing. Or is Eddie Hearn losing purse bids to save the money to sign a Mikey Garcia, to sign a Charlo, to sign a Broner? Because there's only so many stars Showtime can have. And Showtime and PBC gonna start cutting fighters. You're gonna start seeing fighters out of the network. You're gonna start seeing more PBC fighters signing promotional contracts with Top Rank, Matchroom USA, whoever. Frank Warren. That's why Danny Jacobs got up out of there, man. Because he wanted to know when he was fighting on, he wanted to fight at a consistent basis. But his profile hasn't risen, though. Oh, yeah, I'm broke, man. I can't. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire. I'm broke. Fred is right. Fred is rich in the mind. I'm broke in the pockets. Yeah, man. I just talk straight boxing. All that other shit and all that, calculating numbers and what the fans and what Kenny Porter want. I don't debate that. I'm talking straight boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Straight boxing. That's all I want to talk about. If it's box related like PBC, that's what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about nothing else but boxing, basketball, foosball, golf, tennis, stuff of that nature. A little bit of politics. Shout out to the brother Bottom Line, Sandy Ward, man. I see you working, brother. I see you ain't in here, but I see you. Sandy Warden. I see you working, bro. Should go check out the Bottom Line, Sandy Warden. It's a real good brother right there, man. Really, really good brother, man. We had him on a few times, and I had the pleasure of sharing the panel with him a few more times. Definitely a good brother. Shout out to Corey Lee as well. Corey Lee Boxing. Yeah, man. He could let the Porters, man. Let him be Freddie Porter. Why ain't nobody create that parody account? Barbershop Porter, no. Porter Shop Conversations. Porter Shop Conversations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better watch out. If Booster Porter win, he gonna act like that nigga is the champion. He look like Porter #1, man. I ain't never seen Porter have a fanboy though. Danny damn near killed himself to the public fucking with mushroom. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, PBC in a bit of trouble. I was checking out that Mikey interview somebody I think Josh Taylor brought up. At the end of the day, he don't seem too keen on, seem too bothered by Showtime saying they're not gonna put him and Earl on this year. He don't seem too mad about it or too angry about it. It just seems like it is what it is. He might fuck around and sign with Eddie. You know what? Eddie might have the greatest product his own. He might end up, but the thing about Eddie is this. Eddie said, I only want 1 or 2 stars, 1 or 2 or 3 stars, he said. He don't have the money like that. But once the zone, if it start really creating some buzz and get a lot of subscribers, then he can sign more stars. So a lot of these boxers are going to be in flux. And the #1 reason why Premier Boxing Champion fighters are inactive and they have to double, triple stack their cards or quadruple stack their cards is because it's no cross-platform. Nobody wants to play with each other. Nobody wants to send their fighter to ESPN or ESPN send their fighter to Showtime. They don't want to do that. And one thing I don't understand why don't they? Especially PBC. Because you can understand why Al don't want to send his one welterweight he got over to Showtime. But PBC can send 4, 5 motherfuckers over to ESPN. Booster Porter, they can send a loser of Danny and Sean over there. They can eventually send Danny over there. They can send Earl over there. They can send 2 or 3 fighters and then have Terrence come over here and make a big fight, or have a winner make a big fight over here. You know what I'm saying? PBC got the ammunition to send them over there. See, they got 4 or 5 bullets in a revolver. You know what I'm saying? And 1 in the chamber. Bob Brim got 1 in the chamber. That's it. Premier Boxing Champion can send Keith Thurman over there. They tired of Keith Thurman. And they need to do that. And I'm going to explain why. PBC needs to send fighters over there. And they need some fighters to lose. You know what I'm saying? They need to start to eliminate some of the fat of PBC. Sean Porter thinking he a main event in a multi-million dollar draw. Nah. No, 10 years old get beat up by Crawford, and you'll lose a belt. But guess what? You still got 2 belts. Then you can say, well, I can make Keith Thurman and Earl fight, okay? And then we can have Crawford come over here or whatever it may be. But they got the ammunition. They need to lose some of these fighters. They need to cut the fat. They need to get rid of the Luis Colazos. They need to get rid of Danny and Sean. Nobody really checking for Danny and Danny Garcia and Sean Porter like that. Man, nobody really liked them no more. Danny Garcia turned people off with the Herrera fight beyond. Sean Porter, nobody ever wanted to see Sean Porter fight but Fred. I never heard nobody from Ohio rep Sean Porter. They rep Adrian Broner through all his losses. They rep Bunny through his losses and his controversial fights. You know what I'm saying? I see more people rep Rasheed Warren than Booster Sean Porter. So what you need Sean Porter for? Send him over there to get wrecked by Terrence Crawford and drop his profile to a co-main or opening fight card, or let him be a free agent, let him go to the zone. The work has been put in. He lost. He got dominated. He got his 3rd loss. It's over. The shit's over. The shit's over. Like AB say, the shit's over. You take Danny Garcia. Send him over to Terrence Crawford. You don't want to fight Earl? Send him over to ESPN. And then you can make Thurman and Earl fight. Or you can invite Crawford over at a 2-fight deal, a 1-fight deal with an option. You say, look here, man, we sent 2 of our premier boxing champion fighters over. Will Keith Thurman like to come over to fight Keith? Will Terrence like to come over to fight Keith Thurman on Showtime? You know, and then if he beats Keith Thurman, we want him to fight Earl Spence by a certain day. He can get a tune-up on ESPN, or we can go right into the Earl Spence fight. Showtime can make those things happen. They have an issue with fights, and they have an issue with too many fighters. Too many fighters. They need to humble some of them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Adonis Stevenson. I mean, he ain't helping boxing. He ain't helping. Nobody care if they watch Adonis Stevenson on Premier Boxing Champions. Now it's the phase of PBC cutting the fat and taking a real roster with them. They need a real roster. They need a real roster. They need about 10 of their best fighters, man. 10 best fighters and probably about 4 or 5 subpar fighters and run with them. Seriously. You probably want to have your Wilder, your Spence, you know. After all the smoke is clear, your Wilder, your Spence, your Hurd, and your Charlos, and your AB, because he pulled. You want to have your main fighters. The rest of them niggas, man, why do you need them? Al can just advise them, but you don't need them to exclusively fight on PBC. You want to take your best crop of fighters, and that be PBC. You know, that's what you need to do. All this, you paying 4 or 5. Well, why are they paying all these welterweights if they're not going to fight each other? Why we got 4 or 5 welterweights making $2-3 million a fight? But what? Why am I overpaying you $2-3 million a fight to keep you on board when you're not willing to fight the next best guy? It's no point. You need the process of elimination. You need 1 star. You need 1 star. For why? I mean, I said that in the beginning, but why should Showtime go to Apple? Nobody already buying Showtime. Real shit. Nobody's buying Showtime. That's crazy. Nobody's buying Showtime. I mean, I ain't say nobody buying it, but it's still behind HBO. But PBC need to do is cut the fat, cut the fighters down, take your most important fighters. You don't need, look, man, you don't need 4 or 5 welterweights at this point, especially when they're not fighting each other. If they fight each other, then your subscriber base is growing. Then PBC money is growing. Then popularity is growing. But they're not fighting each other. So if you got a stagnant welterweight division, why not cut a deal to send two of them dudes over to ESPN to show good faith? You know, if you can't get them to fight each other, you really just need whoever the brightest star, whoever the best fighter is out of the welterweight division. That's what you need. You give them that one marquee fight before Terrence Crawford. But who knows? What if Terrence Crawford can't beat Sean Porter, Danny Garcia? I think it's crazy, but what if he can't? What if he can't? Yep, they have overloaded, not enough. Exactly, they need an outlet. I don't know what that outlet is. I mean, anybody think of a channel that's big enough that people will flock to? Who knows? CBS is a Showtime parent company. Is the owner? I mean, CBS the owner of Showtime. They don't want to put boxing on. NBC don't want to put boxing on. Fox just want the whole thing, but they don't have enough money. So where does this thing go? And it's a good point. Boxing may just exclusively be on the app at some point. You never know. Al Hammond could be working on the app of his own. Where you get just straight boxing on this app. Boxing legitimately could be going straight to an app, and Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum had to jump on it. Eddie Hearn had to jump on it. All Al Heyman got to do is perfect it. Perfect it. And the boxing go to an app, it go to an app. It ain't like we didn't see it coming. We see it coming. We see it coming. So if boxing go to an app, it go to an app. We can't be mad about the situation. I mean, at least you'll be paying your $10 to see boxing or whatever it may be. But PBC got to do something. And it might be the start of the extinction of the sport of boxing. It might become extinct. He did have a jump. What you talking about? He got the app. He got the app. If boxing is going towards the app, he got to jump on it. Don't mean this. If you didn't listen when I said Bob Arum started it. Well, ESPN started it. Eddie Hearn, he was next in line to do just straight boxing on the app. He got the jump. He was the first one with a boxing app. Just boxing. The ESPN Plus app got more than boxing. Then Al Hammond, is up to him to perfect it. Yeah, cable is becoming extinct with all these APKs. All right, all these APKs. But it's fact. You got to get credit where credit is due, man. I don't like Eddie Hearn next to the Lex guy, but you know what? He did have an app, and if boxing is going towards an app, let's see if Al Hammond can perfect it. Ain't nobody buying Showtime no more and HBO no more, because why would you buy it when you got all these free movies going on across the net? Yep, you're going to exclusively play for the best fighting the best. I doubt it. I doubt it. The best ain't going to fight the best on no fucking platform. You can get the best fighting the best every blue moon. Well, yeah, we know they got a Showtime anytime app. We talking about exclusive just for boxing. Like, you know, they would just put a fight exclusively on the app. But what else could they pull off? I mean, what is we not thinking about they could pull off as far as boxing? No shit. We know you can stream Showtime and HBO. We understand that. We're talking about exclusive fights on an app. Exclusive. No, just the fight. Like they say, Abdul Maris is fighting Tank Davis only on the Showtime app. Only on this particular app can you catch this fight. And this app is $10 just for the app. Not we get the app because you got the Showtime Premium Network. We talking about something like the Zone and ESPN Plus, where you only can see this fight on this app. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. We're not just talking about, oh, you can see Showtime. You can see Tank on Showtime channel 395, and you can see him also on that, just on that app. That's what boxing is coming to. Netflix Live, yeah. I mean, that'll be another good one. You know, partner up with Netflix. I heard that before. Yeah, PBC can do its own digital channel. That's a great Bobby G and the IFL. Those are great suggestions. You know, PBC boxing channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, or a boxing channel. Top Rank was rumored before they got with ESPN, was rumored to have their own boxing channel like Box Nation over in the UK. That was a rumor. And then eventually that rumor turned into the ESPN Plus app. Yep, hey, that's a good one. D. Will brought up another excellent point. He says the benefit of the app is that you don't have to pay if the best don't fight the best. Great. Yeah, I'm not saying that Eddie is doing well. I'm not saying that. PBC link with YouTube, another great one. I mean, we not gonna get paid for this shit if somebody listen to it and it happen. I mean, Mr. Finesse, you're not gonna get paid for that. D. Will, iFella, Ronnie Boy Fresh, we're not gonna get paid for the shit. They're gonna take our idea, we don't get paid for it. And Fred gonna come on here. I inspired YouTube to put Sean Booster Porter on versus Earl Spence, you know, shit like that. You know, he gonna come on here. You know, he gonna come on here. I'm charging my car. Ice charging my card. And I have to articulate this to the YouTube public. I'm the most influential Negro on YouTube now. Now you niggas listen to Fred. Now, one day, you know, Sean Porter was in the bathroom and Kenny was wiping his ass, and I had an epiphany. Why don't Sean Porter and Earl Spence fight on the YouTube? And I told K Diddy, I said, it's an excellent, you know, thing. Just have everybody pay $5 in the LDBC. I'll beef with the LDBC to get them to pay for it. Because, you know, nobody wants to see Sean Booster Porter fight. You know, Kenny? I'm fucking with him, man. Yeah, man. Kevin, what's going on? I'd rather see fights through my cable box than through a stream. Man, I agree. But they say cable coming extinct. I don't even turn my cable on, man. Yeah, that was a point. Sound African trying to do a Fred impression. You know, Fred like, I'm in Home Depot today, and we trying to create a contraption for Sean Porter to stop headbutting in the ring. I told Kenny, why you doing pads? Just put 4 2x4s on your chest. So every time Sean try to come with his head and put a pad on it, he'll bump his head. Hey, man, I want to know this, bro. I want to know this, Fred, bro. Whoever screenshot this, Fred, I must know this, man. Fred, I must know this. Why haven't you had no Sean Porter shirt on, man? Fred, why haven't you had your Sean Porter shirt on? Has he had a Sean Porter shirt on? Fred, where's your Sean Porter shirt on? You out here promoting Sean Porter and you ain't got no Sean Porter gear on. Come on. Do I have to create some Sean Porter shirts when I drop these shirts? Do y'all want Sean Booster Porter shirts? Do y'all want Sean Booster Porter shirts? Now, if you don't know who Booster is, a lot of people don't know, I'm going to keep saying this. Go back and watch the old movie called Jingles All the Way. It has Sinbad and it has Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie, okay? This is why I call him Sean Booster Porter. Now, listen here. For people who don't understand what Booster Porter is, okay? I call him Sean Booster Porter for this reason. Okay, in this movie called Jingles All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, it's a toy that comes out. It's called the Turbo Man, all right? Arnold Schwarzenegger's son wants a Turbo Man. It's the day before Christmas Eve. His wife asks him, say, hey, baby, did you get little Johnny? Well, it wasn't Johnny, but you get little Timmy's Turbo Man, whatever his name was. He said, yeah, I got it, but he didn't get the Turbo Man. So the next morning, he tries to go out, sneak out on Christmas Eve, and they supposed to go to the parade and get this Turbo Man down. His wife said, where you going? She said, I got to go to the office. So he left the Turbo Man at the office. So he go and tries to flex his money and get a Turbo Man down. So he gets to the toy store. It's 1,000 niggas out in the toy store. This is filmed in Minneapolis. 1,000 niggas at the toy store. He running to Sinbad. They share a story. They get in the store. The store clerk started laughing. They said, we all out of Turbo Mans. It's the hottest selling Christmas toy of all time. And he said, we got plenty of Booster in stock. And Booster, it had every boot, like it was a billion Booster toys wherever they went. They would go store to store looking for this Turbo Man doll, but everywhere they went, they only had Booster left, his sidekick. Nobody wanted Booster, so nobody bought Booster. Everybody bought Turbo Man, so it'd be a billion Booster toys selling in the toy store. You know, if you haven't seen the movie, it's a great movie. So it came out like 95, 96. So nobody wants to see Sean Porter. Nobody wants Sean Porter, so I call him Booster Porter. So, yup. That's exactly the story. It's one of the great. It's a Christmas film I gotta watch every year. You know, it's pretty much like a tradition. But that's why I call him Booster Porter. Steven Styles is going on, family. I see you. Yeah, I watch it every year around Christmas time, man. Every year, Jingles All the Way. Must watch. Yep, nobody wanted Booster Porter. Go look him up. Booster from Jingles All the Way. It's a little purple rat. And walk on his 2 feet. Turbo Man looking all sweet, all these accessories and boosters just like a big ass fur ball. Yep. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and probably got any questions before I log off. Yeah, it's a good movie, man. Felix Nunez, man. It's a really, really good movie. It had a really good original concept, which these movies today don't have really good original concepts. You know what I'm saying? They have bullshit concepts around these movies today, man. Bullshit. At least Alessandro said he said on the plane. Y'all any questions, man? You know, I'm the most influential car charging YouTuber out here, man. You know what? You know, when I'm charging my car and going to Home Depot and boxing in the ring like I'm Adrian Broner, I'm just influencing these ungrateful fans. I'm influencing all these ungrateful fans. You know what, man? You know what's next for Earl Spence Jr.? You know what Freddie Diddy think? K Diddy sidekick Freddie Diddy. You know, I think Earl Spence should retire, man. You know, he can't beat Sean Porter. He can't beat him. You know, the headbutts would be too much. You know, K Diddy told me that Sean Porter's lateral movement would be too much for Free Smoke. So I think while charging my car, I just think Earl Spence should retire. You know, yeah. What you think, Ellie? What you think Ellie said back? Reporting. I agree, Fred. Oh my God. Y'all got any questions, man? But yeah, next for Earl, I don't know. Maybe he wait for Mikey Garcia. Maybe he don't. I don't know. Ugas fight September 8th. So yeah. So I don't know if Ugas will win and become unscathed. But if he does, Ugas and Free Smoke, end of the year. End of the year. Fred just bullshitting around, man. He don't believe that shit. Fred trying to do Kenny a favor. You know what I'm saying? Kenny go let him rock one of them Kango hats. He said, man, if you get them to talk about our fight and build our fight up and do good numbers, I'm gonna give you my limited edition Booster Porter Kango hat. Please, cause y'all go ask Fred, bro. Just ask him for me. Say that small little broke channel, the Boxing Clinic and more, who fails in comparison to your great Wizard of Oz knowledge. And he fails in comparison to your amazing camera holding skills, wants to know, why don't you have a Sean Porter shirt on? Why don't you wear Sean Porter's gear? Why don't you have Sean Porter's, why don't you advertise Sean Porter's gym and advertise Sean Porter before your videos? Why don't we have a Sean Porter trailer? Why don't we have Sean Porter hats? Why don't we have Sean Porter shirts? You know what I'm saying? Can we ask Fred that? Just say the little broke channel, TBC and more, you know what I'm saying? That don't have a car that can be charged up, who barely can afford an Uber to the corner. Can you just ask me that, ask him that? Y'all can flood his comment section for me too. Just say that broke nigga from TBC wants to know that question. Because when the fuck would Thurman do anything worth rooting for? Nothing. What do you mean rooting? If he ain't gonna do nothing, he just retired. He trying to lose the weight. He been on Instagram on his trainer Chris Getty's channel on his Instagram. Like he losing the weight a little bit, training some fighters. So I mean, at the end of the day, if boxing just stopped, I just, honestly, I wouldn't give a fuck. I love talking about boxing, but it's just too much politics, too much business, too many entitled niggas, too many soft ass. These niggas ain't fighters. Imagine if these dudes had to go 15 rounds like the guys back in the day. What's wrong with Free Smoke fighting a non-title fight at junior middleweight? When you move up in weight, it's hard to come back down in weight. Simple as that. It's hard. Why would he go up to junior middleweight? Them niggas not fighting. Hurd and Charlo are already not fighting. Jaime McGuire fighting Brandon Cook. So, yeah, I got you. Yeah, man. I just want to know, Frank, Fred Diddy. I mean, he don't got no. I got to create these Booster Porter shirts, man. I got to create these Booster Porter shirts. Thurman might as well retire. You do that. Yup. Earl would have probably fought 3 times this year. Yup. I wonder what Fred's debate would be for Sean Porter beating Earl Spence. I just say he beats Danny Garcia. What would be his synopsis on that? What would be his overall thoughts on that? I would love you guys to flood Fred's comment section or his Instagram with could you do a breakdown of Sean Porter and Earl Spence, the broke guy from Boxing Clinic and more, who car just takes regular unleaded gasoline, is riding on 3 reels right now. Just wants to know, you're a great Wizard of Ozness, Fred. Could you do a breakdown prediction how Porter can beat Earl Spence? And also, could you ask Kenny to elaborate on that as well? I would like to hear. I just want to hear these questions. And could you ask him to do a tutorial? How do you hold the camera when interviewing a fighter? See, I don't know how to do interviews, so I just want to know, and is it a technique? Do you have your elbow 30 degrees on the inside? Does it fling out? I mean, I would just let her know these things. Spence got to close out the year just so he can stay active and available for the WC belt. Yep. Fred the Electric Man. Fred did a video about how nobody is scared of Spence and his propaganda. That's why, hey, Brian, man, could you please, cause y'all please, before we go to Fred's latest video comment section or whatever video comment section y'all want to go to. Ask him, Fred, or go to his Instagram too, Silent Heroes. Go to his page and ask him, hey, Fred, could you do a breakdown prediction of Errol Spence versus Sean Porter? I would love to hear his opinion on that. Just say I will. Don't say I said it. Just, or you can say I said it. Say the broke dude from the boxing clinic said it. You know, ask him. You know, ask him. Could you do that? And he could debate Black Fight Fan. I don't even need to be on a debate because I would smash him in a debate. You know what I'm saying? I would smash him in a debate. And once I learn to hold that camera, I'm gonna smash him in that too. I don't know what he's gonna tell you, man. I don't care who really wins, but it'd be interesting, you know. If Danny wins, well, you know, Danny. I don't know what. I mean, what would be the excuse if Danny did beat Sean Porter? What would be his excuse? I legitimately don't know. I don't know what his excuse would be. Hey, man, I seen him give away backpacks. That's a good thing too. Tell him where the Sean Porter backpack's at. Ask him where the Sean Porter backpack's at. Keep flooding him. He gonna have to respond. If y'all flood him with the questions on his videos, or if you flood him in his Instagram box, he gonna have to respond. Ask him, since he giving away backpacks, how many did Kenny Porter donate to his backpack drive? How many did Sean Porter donate to his backpack drive? Seriously, ask him. Steven Styles, George Foreman stayed retired for 10 years. And came back and fought 9 times at 38 and 8 times at 39. It's a shame. Danny, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and log off. I definitely appreciate everybody for logging on, bro. Make sure y'all check out the new Boycott Group. The link is in the description. All right. We also gonna be showing classic fights once a week. We'll vote on them this week. I'll pick one. And then next week I'll put a vote on in the group. And we only boycotting fights that need to be boycotted, not just the Danny and Sean fight. So y'all go check it out. You know, the link's in the description. And let me know what y'all think about that. Legendary Box said PBC is working a long-term deal with Fox, about to get that big bag, not in trouble. Okay. We'll see. But yeah, make sure y'all join that. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to donate to PayPal, link is there as well. Shout out to the Super Chats. I seen one video Fred was saying that he owned property and like, yeah, he does. He has videos where he shows you. He got videos where he go buy the property. He show you he buy the property. Fred is a very intelligent guy, and you know, I think he used to work for the LA Times as well. So you know, he ain't lying about that. I don't think anybody gonna be boosted about what they make in their pockets. So yeah, you know, he ain't lying about that. You can just go to his Instagram and he got a wealth of knowledge. And I rock with Fred. I think Fred is a good brother. And you know, in a world of the internet where everybody want to be a thug and a game banger and a keyboard warrior, Fred is not afraid to show he's an intelligent brother. So salute to Fred. But I just want to know, Fred, because y'all just asked Fred, how does Sean Porter beat Errol Spence? And can he get K. Diddy to donate 1,000 backpacks to his backpack drive? Ask him, where does Sean Porter gear at? Where does Sean Porter shirts at? I just need to know. But shout out to EV Scraps. I see you. Shout out to D Will. Sorry, man, I'm dealing with a mouth issue and other problems. But definitely appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. One time for the one time. You know what the business is. We gone.